All right, what is up YouTube? It is the Ville Outdoors here. Today is March 4th of 2025. So the same day I shot my last video where I was doing some stock trout fishing. Now we are back in Chester County. Well, we still were in Chester County earlier. But anyways, we're here at a local stream that I have never fished before. I actually just found it on Google Maps. And this is called Pine Creek Park. So I don't know anything about this place at all, but the spot I wanted to fish for Allegheny pearl dace that I found last year, I just went back there and it was completely dried up. So I found this spot on Google Maps and I was hoping it would have the habitat I was looking for, and it looks like it does. We got a nice mix of sand, gravel, rocky bottom, and this is perfect for the type of micro fishing I wanted to do today. So I just flipped over some rocks and I have some small caddisfly larvae to use as bait, and we have here the micro setup. So I have the upper half of a St. Croix Triumph rod, and then I have a length of 4-pound monofilament line that's tied to a barrel swivel, and on there is the owner half moon Tanago hook and my little piece of caddisfly there. So that is going to be the weapon of choice for today, and basically we're just trying to get our first micro fish catch of 2025. I have yet to do any micro fishing, so while it's nice out today and while the sun is still up, we're going to try and do that. So let me show you the hooks I'm using and then we'll get to fishing or trying to find some fish. So these here are the owner half moon Tanago hooks. They come in this little pack and there's about, I don't know, 6 or 8 hooks in there. You can get these online for like $5, but this is like the best micro fishing hooks I have found. I've used a couple others, but Tanago hooks are still my favorite. There's also Tanago ultimate hooks, which are tied on with like black braid, that are even smaller than these red line ones I'm using. So we're gonna try and locate a fish and see if I can get them to bite. It should be interesting. I'm very interested to see what type of fish lurk in this creek, because as I said, it's my first time here and I know nothing about this place. Alright guys, I got my first fish in hand, and this is one of the ones that was expected out of this creek. That is a eastern black-nosed dace. A very tiny one at that, but it's my first micro catch of the year. So let's take a shot and let's let this guy go. Alright guys, we got our second fish of the day. And this is a much cooler species actually, and one I don't think I've ever caught on video. So this here is a cutlips minnow. We're gonna take a good shot of this guy and then we're gonna let him go. But you see his mouth there, I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but it has a unique shape and it has kind of like a lip in it, and that's why they call it a cutlip minnow. All right, Mr. Cutlips is gonna go back. Off to swim another day. Guys, I just spotted a darter. I really want to get this darter to bite. There's a darter. Not the same one, but... and I spooked it. I don't know what that was, but that was a real dark looking fish. Alright, I can't spend all the time at one hole. This spot isn't too far from us. I can always come back here if I don't catch what I want to catch today. I already caught a cutlips minnow, which is cool in itself. But it looks like this creek has more diversity than meets the eye. Got ourselves a slightly larger eastern black-nosed dace. That one's got some cool colors on it. Go with him and let him go. Just 2 species so far today, but we've seen plenty more. Just stuck to my finger there a little bit. Oh, I just spooked some fish. It almost looked red on the back. Gotta find another pool. It's much easier to spot the fish and not spook them. The riffles, it's harder to spot them and easier to spook them because you can't spot them. Too much water movement. These colder months when you're microfishing, you have to place the bait like pretty much right on top of their heads for them to eat it. Alright guys, here we go. First darter of the year is in our hands. He just fell off the hook, so I'm going to be very cautious with this guy. But that is a tessellated darter right there. Alright, say goodbye to our darter. He's going to go back in the water. Alright, so with that darter we were up to 3 species on the afternoon. Yeah, Eastern Black-Nosed Dace, Cutlet Minnow, and now tessellated darter. Cutlet Minnow takes the cake for the favorite species by far. I haven't caught many of those. So always cool to find those fish, especially in a place that I've never fished before. Now we just need to find something cooler. It's getting more rocky and gravelly down this way and less sandy, so we'll see what comes up. We haven't caught any shiners yet or creek chub. I doubt there will be any pearl dace at this spot, but we aren't too terribly far from my pearl dace spot. Well guys, I'm underneath some sort of bridge structure now, and yeah, I see posted signs on the other side, so we're gonna have to turn around here in a second. Don't see any fish over here either, although it is pretty deep. Alright, let's turn around. I think I'm going to go back to that first hole I was at, where I caught the cutlet minnow, and spend the rest of my time there, because I did see some other fish that did not look like cutlet minnow, darters, or Eastern Black-Nosed Dace that I didn't catch yet. So I'm going to go back to that spot, wait patiently, see if I can get one of those guys to bite. Well guys, I think that is going to do it for today. I just tried to get those creek chub looking things down in the hole, kind of that way, but they were not biting at all. They were pretty close-lipped, and when I presented a bait to them, they would try and spook away, and they wanted really nothing to do with me at all. So we'll have to come back when it's a little warmer, see if these fish are a little less finicky, and we might find a different variety at that time as well. Some of these fish are probably still hiding under rocks and under structure where I never even see them unless I just saw a tiny glimpse of their tail or their head or something like that. So didn't go terrible for a new spot. We didn't really know what to expect, but I caught Eastern Black-Nosed Dace, cutlet minnow, and a tessellated darter. So only 3 species, so not too much variety, but it is our first micro fishing session of the year. I got to get the rust off a little bit. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. A little bit different from the repetitive trout fishing that we have been doing. Something I enjoy doing in the summertime is micro fishing and species hunting from my life list, which is how many different species of fish I have caught in my lifetime. Right now I'm at 196 species. So we're looking to hit 200 species in the early part of this year. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing more of that type of stuff, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell so you can get notified of my uploads, because once it gets a little bit warmer out, temperatures, or water temperatures I should say, hit around 50 degrees, that's when things are gonna start peaking up a little bit. So yeah, once again, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next episode of the Ville Outdoors.